on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we're taking a look at the Hasbro Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered. We have the Black Ranger. I was able to order this off of Amazon. This was not supposed to come till October. I got a random charge on my credit card. I went to see what the transaction was, and sure enough, it was my Black Ranger. So I know people were able to grab this figure at San Diego Comic-Con as like an earlier release. I think Entertainment Earth was supposed to actually have these in stock in August to ship out to people. I'm personally glad I never pre-ordered from there because they still have not shipped from Entertainment Earth, man. I don't know what it is with those sites. They always seem to just keep pushing back the ship dates, but Amazon did get it in earlier, so I have it in stock. Going to do a quick fun review. So I was kind of really big on the remaster, well, not the Lightning Collection line when it was released. I had quite a few different, I had the full set of Rangers, right? I had a lot of the villains. I've kind of scaled down a little bit. Really just going to stick to the Rangers now for my collection, and I'm hearing that this actual line, the Lightning Collection, is going to take a little break and go on hiatus next year, so kind of grab these figures while you're at it, you know, if you're a big Ranger fan, because it's going to be a while before we get any more figures. But you can see the remastered line really is kind of like a plussed up version of the original releases. You're going to have a little more articulation, the pinless joints, some more accessories that come with it. Unfortunately, it is in the plastic-free packaging. I hate the look of this, but look how big it is. It is a decent size. You get the image of the Black Ranger here, as well as the figure and the lightning effects with the axe he does have. You get the Power Rangers 30th anniversary logo here up top. If you look at the top of the box, you'll see Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered. Again, you get the images of the Rangers here if you guys want to flip it over to the side. On the back, you will have more images of the figure, so at least you can see what you get with the figure. I don't know if these are actually going to hit stores. To me, I'll be honest, these seem to be online exclusives as of yet. I did grab the yellow and the blue remastered figures from Hasbro Pulse, which I believe they were the only places to sell them, right? Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments, but again, you get Zach Taylor here, Mighty Morphin Black Ranger on the bottom. You get the logo here again. On the side, you'll get the image of the Black Ranger. But anyways, enough chatting. Let's get them out of the box and see what this figure's all about. So before we get to the figure itself, let's look at all the accessories you get. Unfortunately, again, they do come packaged in this like tissue paper. But once you get them all out, you do get a decent amount of accessories. So you get these lightning effects to put around your Rangers. Personally, I don't have the space for them on my display, but I kind of get that effect of like some Morphin or some different like action attack stuff. I'm not the biggest fan of them. I think they're a little too bulky, and I don't know, just not, I don't think they're cool enough, to be honest. You also do get the axe, which we've seen many times before. If you do remember, you did have that effect that actually came with the axe, like kind of like it was blasting. That is not included with this figure. And you get 3 different types of blasters. So again, when the blade comes out, to kind of when the blade is not out, and then just the regular like shooting gun blaster. Does have some nice kind of silver paint application on there. Additionally, you do get a set of fisted hands. You can see the nice sculpting on there, as well as a set of morphing hands for him to morph into the Black Ranger. I really do like that feature. And again, I don't know if I'm able to get this on camera. You actually do get a morpher. You can see the Mastodon on there and a little bit of the like effects of like the morph or change with the kind of color on the side of that. It looks really good. Again, it's just kind of like a gray plastic on the back. You get your helmeted Black Ranger head. I really do like the gloss finish of this. It looks really nice. Nice silver paint applications. We will definitely compare this with the prior release Ranger helmet. I know the blue and the actual Yellow Ranger remastered versus the originals were slightly different. This looks to be, maybe it's a little bigger, but again, we'll definitely jump into comparisons. And you get your civilian head, Zach. I personally don't really like the likeness to this. I feel like the one that came with the Walgreens exclusive looked a little better. The skin tone looks to be a little off, and the likeness just isn't there. I feel like that's a problem with all these Ranger, like civilian heads. They just don't quite hit the mark on the actual character themselves. Moving on to the figure itself. So again, this is a more plussed up version versus the prior release Black Ranger figures that we did receive from Hasbro. You can see this one is a little more premium as far as it does have the pinless joints here on the arms. It does have supposedly a little more articulation with these butterfly joints. I don't know how better it is, to be honest, but We'll definitely do that with comparisons. Again, you got your traditional Black Ranger suit with the white diamonds. My paint applications, thank God, came out really nice. I feel like I always worry about these coming with some scuffs, but looks pretty clean for the most part. You will see that the actual coin on his belt looks pretty clean. It does actually have some like kind of black lines on here, which I believe the prior release did not. Even the holster, you can see how nicely the blaster does fit in there. Again, you can see the diamonds continuing on his boots. All pinless. The legs are completely pinless. There are no pinholes on here. He does have these actual like grasping hands here for his weapons. I forgot to show that within the actual accessories pieces, but this is another set of hands. I wish we kind of had a little more action hands that came with this set. For like the price of what it costs, like maybe some kind of like open hands for him to just like kind of pose with them and get a little more articulation out of it. But if you guys want to do a quick articulation, the head does fully rotate. You get a little bit of that butterfly joint. The arm does go up that much. It does fully rotate. There is a bicep rotation as well. You get the double jointed arms here, so you get some good range of motion. There is no wrist cut or forearm cut. There is a wrist kind of swivel here, and you can also twist the hand on there. You do get a little bit of a diaphragm joint here, some added articulation. There is a little bit of an ab crunch too. It goes back pretty well. That is actually pretty nice. He does not have any waist swivel. The legs on mine are a little stiff. I will say you could do the splits about that much. They do kind of have like this drop down motion here for him to kick a little higher, but it's not super noticeable. You can see it does drop down a bit. There is a thigh cut. You do have double jointed knees. Again, mine are a little stiff. There is a boot cut here. You get some ankle or foot articulation here. There is a rocker on here as well. So definitely fully articulated for what you'd want for a Power Rangers figure. Definitely get into some crazy poses for sure. So I did actually get two of these figures. I like to have one displayed with a helmet and the other displayed without it. So if you guys want to see what the civilian head looked like on the body with him kind of in that Morphin pose, there it is side by side with the helmeted version. Moving on to comparisons. So let's start off with the original release Black Ranger. So I believe this head did come with the Walgreens figure. He kind of had more of the dread look that actually came with a single release. But you can see how much different the actual color and well, first off, the head scan for sure. I don't really like either, to be honest. I feel like this was better of the two than the one with the dreads. This one looks a little better, but none of them really look like the actual Black Ranger, if you ask me. But let's bring him in a little closer. You can see that there is a little bit of a whiter kind of paint finish to the newer one, the remastered figure, versus the original release. Again, you can see it just looks a little more yellow on mine. Look at the boots. You can see he's got the pinned arms versus the pinless. Same with the legs. As far as articulation, I mean, I don't really know how much more. I guess you do. There's not really much. I guess maybe mine's just a little stiff. Yeah, the arm goes back about that much. How much more do we really get with this? To me, there's really no major difference as far as articulation there. Again, you are getting a little more paint applications. You can see the belts. This just looks more premium if you ask me. Again, this looks very like generic. This looks like official. So I definitely do like the remastered version a little more. I'm curious, do these have the drop down hips? As far as for the kicks, they do not. So if you get a little more leg articulation, I will say for sure I like the newer remastered version over the original release. And if you want to get a look at what the actual Black Ranger helmet looks like versus the original release, again, to me, the remastered version just looks way more superior. Look at how much more rounded it is. Look how much more that silver pops. You can even see the little eyes on the top with the yellow. Definitely look a lot more prevalent on the new remastered. A nice gloss finish. This is just not even close. Wow, I feel like with the blue, even the back, the sculpting of this helmet is different. I feel like with the blue and yellow Ranger remastered figures, I didn't really see much of a difference. If you want to zoom out a little, you can look at the whole full suit and helmet together on this comparison shot. But I feel like with this Black Ranger, it's just like way superior than the original release. And here's a close-up shot of all the prior release Black Rangers versus the new remaster. Again, this is the Walgreens figure with the shield. Definitely, you can see it follows the same suit as the single release. The actual morpher, or the coin, excuse me, looks a little better on this one than the original Black Ranger, but Personally, it just, again, blows it out of the water with the new Remastered. And here's a quick shot of all the remastered figures that have been released so far. So on the left, we have the Yellow Ranger. On the right, we have the Blue Ranger. All of these with their helmets on, as well as a quick comparison with all of the Rangers in their morphing pose with their civilian heads on. And before we wrap up this video with some final thoughts on this figure, if you guys haven't already, please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button down below. If you guys are enjoying this video review, don't forget to turn on those notification bells to stay tuned to the newest action figure reviews here on my channel. As far as this Black Ranger figure goes, I'll be honest, I like it a lot more than I thought I was going to. The prior releases of the blue and yellow remastered figures, really, I felt like were a little bit of a letdown. I didn't feel like they felt any more special or any much more significantly, better than their prior release versions. But having the Black Ranger prior release figure next to this one, I just feel like it's far superior. It really just makes me sad to actually still own that figure in my collection. I'm probably going to get rid of it. To be honest, I'm going to go with one of each of these remastered figures, one to keep with the civilian head on, with the morphine kind of action, as well as a helmeted version. I think it's a pretty cool figure. Again, there's only so many different releases they can do with these Rangers. I feel like they're really trying to get their most bang for their buck as far as the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers genre. I mean, they gave us the single card releases already, right? We completed the team. Now they kind of plus it up with a remastered. I don't know what else they can do. I don't know if that's why they're going to take a little bit of a break. But don't forget, we do have the pink, the green, and the red still to come. I have those on pre-order on Amazon. Those are slated for a December release, but who knows if they'll come earlier. I really do hope, with Hasbro taking a little hiatus with the Lightning Collection line, that they do find a way to squeeze out the White Ranger in a remastered form. I don't want to have to wait till the line comes back. Just let me complete my team and be done with it. I'll be honest, this has been a fun line to collect, but I think this may be the last hurrah unless there's something really crazy that they do to kind of plus these up again. But I'm just tired of rebuying the same figures with some extra accessories or something. But no knock to this figure. I really do like it. I feel like it is a 100% upgrade over the prior. So go ahead and grab it. It is available on Amazon. I don't know if it's still up for pre-order, but that's where I got mine. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video review. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at AlexWestCollects. I will catch you all on the next one.